Nope.
Hello, dear listener. All this month, the videos will revolve around horrific encounters on social media. These videos are in partnership with the new social media app, Tidbit. Tidbit is a fundamentally new take on social media and revolves around self-discovery via engagement and social perception. Give and receive honest feedback on everything you post through an anonymous rating system that hides your identity when rating and only reveals the identity of the post's author after it's been rated. Daily Tidbit is the in-app social game that generates a brand new, universal question every single day. Users can only view answers after they provide one themselves. Questions can range from "What's your spirit animal?" to "Who is your celebrity crush?" The more you play, the more you learn about your friends. Take it a step further by rating your friends' personalities by selecting their strengths and generating one of 16 personas. Once 5 friends have rated you, you can unlock yours. At the moment, my friends say I tend to be outgoing, creative, improvising, and feeling, which makes me a free thinker. But just barely. Just like in the real world, personas can change over time. So get started today and begin the journey to discover you. Available on iOS and Android, link in the description. Number 1. A few months ago, when the weather was warmer, a few friends and I were sitting at the park sunbathing. We noticed a guy sitting by himself towards the other side of the park, but didn't think much of it. Anyway, we had some music playing, and he came over to us and sat down, making conversation and talking to us like we'd been friends for years. We all felt kind of sorry for him. It was obvious he had learning difficulties and had come out with the intention of meeting people. He sat with us for the rest of the afternoon, and then proceeded to walk a different way home so he could continue to talk with us, even though we made plenty of hints that he did not have to do this. A few days later, he added my friends and me on Facebook, which was weird because we only said our first names in front of him, and he did not have any mutual friends with any of us. A couple of weeks after this, I was doing an event in the town center for work, and I spotted him standing a few meters away from me, looking in my direction. I found this creepy, but I didn't really think he would approach me as long as I was with my coworkers. I was wrong. He came over, started trying to get into an intense conversation with me, and started asking a lot of personal questions. My coworkers knew something was off and politely told him that we were really busy and couldn't talk right now. He reluctantly walked off, and I saw him talking to another group of girls as I was leaving. These girls were clearly uncomfortable as I was. I didn't see or hear anything from this guy for a few months. That is, until last weekend. Some friends and I were in a bar having some drinks. Some of those friends were with me when I first met him. He spotted us and came over, being very polite, saying hello, etc. It was no problem, until I noticed he was hovering beside us all night, even when the conversation was clearly over. The really strange part was that he was by himself in a busy nightclub, standing, watching a group of girls who were considerably younger than him. We moved on to a range of different bars, and he seemed to appear in every single one. As if that wasn't creepy enough, he started to message me the next morning, saying that he would, quote, definitely see me again soon, and he was so happy that we had met again. I didn't respond, but still felt uneasy that he'd sent about 10 messages on Facebook in the span of a few hours. It worries me a little bit because he lives in my area, and I feel like he's the type of guy to show up in those bars with the hope of seeing me. I blocked him on Facebook, and I'm hoping that is the end of it. Number 2. Not too long ago, I got off the bus for a brief layover in Denver that was going to be a couple of hours long. I had spent the last 2 months in Missouri, where I didn't know anybody, so I was excited to be somewhere where I could score some weed rather easily. Me, along with a few other guys I had just met on the bus, decided to pool our money together. Right away when we got off the bus, we went outside the station to try and find someone who would sell us some weed. There was a small crowd of people smoking freely outside the entrance. Being born in California, I felt like I was at home again. We were on the sidewalk for only about 10 seconds before some guy walked up to us. Now, this dude is hard to describe, but he was definitely sketchy. A weird mix between ghetto and whitewashed. We did notice he was holding a large paper bag full of weed. So we gave him about $50, and in exchange he gave us a huge handful of weed. At that point, I had assumed he stole that weed from somebody else. If I had to guess, I would say he had roughly a pound or so, and he had just given us at least an ounce, maybe twice that. Needless to say, he made our day. Time flew by fast, and not too long later, we were lit as hell, and we made our way back to the bus. One of the guys that was part of our 5-man group of newfound friends exclaimed that we all needed to see something that he found on Facebook. One by one, he showed us each the Denver Police Facebook page, with a post featuring a man wanted for stabbing someone to death over a drug deal. It was the same man that we had just bought the weed from. We just bought weed from a killer. One of us was super freaked out about it, but it blew all our minds. It all made sense though. The amount of weed he was carrying, just walking down the street with it, giving us a really good deal. The way he approached us so fearlessly and then just generously gave us the amount he did. It makes total sense that people who rob people aren't afraid of getting robbed. So, to the fierce beast with the abundance of trees, I hope we never meet again. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, you know what to do. Drop every bit of your weight onto that like button. I'm talking every ounce, baby. I want to feel every bit of it. Alright, that was weird. Let me know down below if you have any suggestions on future videos or what you thought of this video. All month long is going to be social media stories like you guys heard at the start. I know that last one was kind of a stretch with being connected to Facebook. But guys, the stories that are posted to Reddit that people will actually let you read, my God, I just can't explain how poorly written some of them are. It's making me choke up, man. Anyway, it's going to get better from here on out. You have my word. But until next time, everybody, remember to stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.